Hello, StarCraft fans! This is falconpaladin coming to you with yet another cheese compilation. Our first game will be between Brayden and Spiritfinger here on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. Alright, so starting off our cheese compilation this week is Brayden versus Spiritfinger. On the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. His name is Brayden. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Spiritfinger from Tifus. Tifus here. Crap, there was some discussion here. I know, I'm so nice to Spiritfinger. What were they saying? I don't know. I was too busy trying to sing for you guys a little bit in the beginning of this cast. Pool first out of Spiritfinger in the ZVZ. You can hold this with a patch first out of Brayden, but Brayden is going pool first as well. A little bit later, but he's getting... Oh, nope, gas is out for Spiritfinger first as well. So same build. Spiritfinger's just a little bit quicker here. And again, this is our cheese compilation. Welcome, everybody. This is the, 12th? 11th or 12th cheese compilation. I really need to check these things before I start casting the next one. But regardless, it's been around for a while now. Every other week I do one of these. If you want to be considered for the cheese compilation that's coming up next, send me your cheesy replays. Win or lose, right? If somebody cheeses against you and loses, send me that one. Those are fun too. I don't just want to cast wins here. It wants to be some element of surprise. To falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of cheese. I will get them to my screeners. I love my screeners so much. Great feedback from all of them this time around. We did have, we had Uncle Vinny. We had Wade get back to me on that one as well. And then also... Oh, there's one more screener, but I forget how he wants me to thank him in these casts. I have two options here, and I want to make sure I get it right. So we'll hit him in game number 2 here. But expansion on the way for Brayden, so he's not just going one base, which is really impossible. Like, one base Ling, when you start out with 12 workers, you just don't have enough larvae to spend all the money you're getting here. So you might as well expand, even if you're going early Ling aggression. As, you know what, it doesn't look like we are. Brayden doesn't really have much interest in doing that one. That's a Roach Warren from Spiritfinger, though. That's a quick one, although he did kind of place it inside his gas pathway here on his second extractor. He has double gas as well. Ooh, and a lair coming up at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. This must be our cheeser. This is a quick lair, a very quick Roach Warren as well. The building placement is here just to make sure Lings can't get in and murder everything. Bad news is if a bunch of Lings showed up right now, which they could, I don't think this queen can hold them off before everything dies. However, lucky for Spiritfinger, there are 4 Lings out for Brayden. He doesn't show any interest in being aggressive with them. He's going to play defense with them. He's hoping no Lings show up from the blue Zerg player to ruin his day, but little does he know, this is a rushy rush thing going on here from Spiritfinger. Evolution Chamber on the way. Spine Crawler coming up. Spiritfinger does have some extra minerals to spend, so might as well buy some static defense and an evolution chamber, which I guess maybe for upgrades, but for rushes, I don't know that that's exactly how you want this thing to go. So a lot of Lings coming out for Brayden. His speed is just about done. About 5 seconds from completing. Is he moving across the map? He is moving across the map here. Can this spine crawler placement help? Okay, there's another spine crawler coming up on the right side of the mineral line. So that's probably going to help quite a bit. But whatever you're doing, Spiritfinger, you got to do it now. He's making some roaches, which is fantastic. His injects are being pretty darn good as well. That queen has 7 energy. Brayden could inject here on the main. You can stack these. If you have enough energy and this hasn't popped yet, you can still inject. That's okay. Brayden's waiting. That's okay. He's waiting like a gentleman, and a good inject there as well. So these players keeping their injects up, which is a good sign that this is a fairly good replay. Anyway, what is this working on? +1 missile attack on the way from Spiritfinger. And here come the Zerglings out of Brayden. They're going to go... Oh, they got right inside the mineral line. Oh, no, that wasn't a wall. Oh, no. Spine Crawler and Queen and Roaches. Actually enough to force them back. What died there? 6 Lings, 2 Roaches died. That was a very quick attack out of Brayden. Did some pretty good damage there to Spiritfinger. Don't want to lose Roaches. Whatever the heck you're doing, don't want to lose them. I think he thought this was tight. I think he thought there was no gaps. But there were gaps on either side of the spawning pool. And there's the Nidus Network. All right, Nidus Network coming in from Spiritfinger. I don't know how much this actually helps in his ZVZ, but you know what? He's going to try it anyway. Queen could inject, but she has a little bit of PTSD after almost getting murdered there. She didn't die, though, right? Right. Oh, actually, hold on. Units lost 0. I thought Spiritfinger lost 2 roaches, but I must have been looking at the wrong things. 7 Lings died, and no roaches, no queens, no anythings died. More Lings sitting up here. Oh, God, Banelings now. You're going to try to Baneling bust the spawning pool? That seems like an interesting idea. So 2 spines and this many roaches. That's 10 roaches. This might actually work out for Spiritfinger. Lings trying to come in anyway. Trying to come along the right side. Going after this Roach Warren. They're probably going to take it down. Baneling's going to crash on what? They're getting inside the mineral line. Oh! Big time explosions. Killing some stuff. 7 drones did get killed there with those banelings, but not dead. Not dead of Spirit Finger. He's just down to 28 to 15 harvesters. Now the question is, oh, saw the Nidus Network. Braden saw the Nidus Network. Can see it on the minimap. The question is he prepared for it? I don't know. He's getting a Roach Warren of his own. The Nidus Worm is going to pop out here in the very top right corner of Braden's base. Is he going to be ready for this? I don't see any indication he sees this is happening or he's going to be ready at all. Can he? No, that's a very nice place for a Nidus Worm. He hears the eruption, but there it is. Queen's coming out. Roach is coming out here as well. Ling's trying to knock down this Roach Warren and get in here and murder everything, but Broodling's going to save the day temporarily. That's fantastic. Oh, the drones are all going inside the Nidus Network. Okay, so it's going to be a Roach, Queen, drone all in here from Spirit Finger. I'm liking this quite a bit here. If he does take down the spawning pool, that'd be a big deal, but there are 20 Lings on the way from Braden already. Drones here to fight. Spine crawlers getting thrown up inside Braden's base. That is not good news whatsoever. Drones and Queens and Roaches. Wow, make quick work of those Lings. 20 more Lings popping out, though. Bad rallies on some of those Lings getting absolutely murdered here. Trying to throw up some static defense inside his main mineral line is Braden, but nope, good luck with that. You are absolutely toast. Lings coming up, trying to get the strand on these Roaches. If they had +1 attack, I'd feel better about this, but they don't. And that's 58 Lings dead. We'll make that a solid 59 right now. This might be all she wrote, although Spine Crawlers did come up here for Braden. The Roaches are a little bit distracted by something. I don't know what it is. Get in there and attack, dudes. There we go. Drones absorbing some shots. Going after, trying to kill these transferring drones from Braden down to his natural base. There are 3 Roaches of his own and a Queen and a spawning pool coming up here as well. Looks like Spirit Finger wants to take down this main base first of all. And what's he going to do here? He might just allow the Spine Crawlers to do their work on Braden's main base, in which case these Roaches should come down here and try to kill Braden's natural base. Oh, burrowing a Spine Crawler back here on the natural base location of Braden. I like that very much. Trying to burrow the other one as well. Get down here and save your Spine. Oh, did he accidentally shoot his own Spine Crawler? He might have accidentally shot his own Spine Crawler there, which is really bad news. This is coming down to the wire, you guys. There are not many Roaches left for Spirit Finger, and he's got 4 drones back home. Actually, back home, I mean, they're right here on the front lines, which is bad. But look at him go. Look at him win. This +1 missile attack is helping immensely for him. No such upgrades are done for Braden. And suddenly Braden's in a lot of trouble. This Spine Crawler could probably come up and try to assist if it wanted to, but it looks like the Roaches might have this thing handled. There's a lot of Spine Crawler coming up for Braden here at the natural base, but they take a while to build, and they're getting focused. They die pretty darn quickly as well. And that's it. Braden's out. Spirit Finger's victorious, and Braden has left the game. Good one. Good little sneaky Roach Nidus thing here from Spirit Finger. Lost 6 Roaches. That's it. 6 Roaches. Yeah, I mean, we're looking at 1,700 resources lost for Spirit Finger and a full 4,700 lost for Braden. It's 59 Lings. 11 Roaches. My goodness. 2 Banes, 3 Queens, 3 Spine Crawlers, and 11 drones. Yeesh. All right, that's game 1. We'll be back with game number 2 coming up in just a second. For game number 2 of the Cheese compilation, we have a game between Mini Titan and Psy Matrix on Defender's Landing, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Psy Matrix. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Mini Titan. So I got my kudos thing figured out. So special thanks to Jonathan and Nick for taking time to go through the replays sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com and finding the best ones for you guys to watch. This was, again, about a 50 or 60 cheese pack this time. You guys are really stepping it up, sending in the submissions, and some good ones, I feel like. Some good examples of creative cheese. And that's really what gets you in. It's either well-executed non-standard cheese or just really, really creative cheese are the 2 things you really want to look out for if you want to get cast on this cheese compilation. So again, keep them coming. Keep them coming. If you haven't had one cast yet, don't despair. Keep trying. We have new people that show up in every one of these every single time we do it. It's every 2 weeks. Every other week is One Trick Wednesday. The next one being, Slave Army. That's going to come up next week here. So basically you have to create an army from your opponent's race and kill them with it using Neural Parasite. I thought this would be a hard one, but I've already got, I don't know, like 10 or 11 submissions to my email address so far for One Trick Wednesday for that. So kudos to you guys being brave, trying it out no matter what level you're at and making it work. So I'm looking forward to some really, really excellent slave armies coming up in next week's One Trick Wednesday. So who's going to be our cheeser today? Mini Titan is walling off, which again, we do see at the lower levels sometimes. Cybercore on the way. from Mini Titan, and a pylon being thrown up in the top left corner of the map by Mini Titan. This is far away from anything. This is a ninja pylon. 100% for sure. Marine production has begun from Matrix. He's getting a factory as well. He's going double gas. Interesting. We see double gas in TVT a lot. We see double gas when people are trying to Planetary Fortress rush a lot. I don't see either of these things being the case. This is not a TVT. What's he going to do with all this gas? We'll keep an eye on that. Well, that gas is going to keep ratcheting up here as he makes Marines, as he makes add-ons. I mean, none of these things are very gas-intensive at all. Cyber Core done for Mini Titan. He is immediately making an Adept and a Mothership Core. Just in case a Reaper shows up, there is no Reaper on the way, as it's just Marine production as previously stated. And a Stargate coming in for Mini Titan. Again, hidden Stargate, which means Matrix, if he chooses to scan his opponent, which you don't see a lot in the early game, you can kind of just SCV scout it or Reaper scout it. You don't need it as much. Then, I mean, you wouldn't see a Stargate. So that's pretty good. I like hiding tech. Hiding tech is good. Again, the downside, if it does accidentally somehow get scouted by the Terran player, it's going to die, because you can't really defend it with all your units back home here. Like, see, Mothership Core is here. Adept is here as well. So who's gonna do this thing? Who's gonna cheese us? I guess it's Mini Titan. But I mean, Proxy Stargate isn't necessarily super cheese. We'll see what's happening. What happens here? Oh, and a fleet beacon. Okay, now I'm interested. Now I'm interested in this one. We do have a fleet beacon coming up for Mini Titan. Is this like a carrier rush? Like a 4-minute carrier rush? How long does it take to build this fleet beacon? Not super long. 43 seconds. Yeah, we can get it out by the 4-minute mark and then do pretty much whatever we want at this point in time. Zealot's in production. I guess he's saving up his gas now in his Mini Titan. Doing a pretty good job. Now look, see, Matrix has 300 gas, is making a tank, but that's it. Like, nothing else is gas intensive here. I don't know why he has so much gas. He's really worried about some kind of Adept harass or an Adept drop or a Widowmine. Not a Widowmine drop. That's not possible. Some kind of Zealot drop, I guess. All his army sitting here inside this mineral line, but you don't want to leave your Protoss folk entirely alone. Do you? I really don't think you do. Man, he is bringing everybody back here. He has had some bad experiences in his life with Adepts coming back here and wrecking his day. But now he's decided, I will be brave. I will move out with my Marines and my siege tanks and establish a natural. Oh, I thought you were going to go try to kill your opponent. All right, that's fine. Whoa, hang on. Hang on. There's a mothership in the production tab. Where is it coming in? No, seriously, where is it? It's here. I'm so blind sometimes, you guys. Oh, it's back here. Okay, good. Couldn't see it on the screen. It is way back here behind his mineral line at his main base, and he is doing the mothership warp-in animation. I can't go any further left or I'd get it a little bit closer. That is such a beautiful animation is what it is. Whoever's in charge of that one, kudos to you. So Marines tanks now moving across the map. They've got their natural base established. They're not worried about Adepts anymore. They're thinking maybe this Protoss player doesn't know what they're doing. And a carrier coming in from Mini Titan as well. I am loving this. All right, tanks setting up on the low ground. Marines here as well. Is there enough for a scan? There's enough for 2 scans for Matrix. So I don't know that even a mothership cloak is going to help. Look at this timing, though. That mothership's going to finish right now. Right as the Terran army starting to move into range with the tanks. Spreading out his units. Get in there, mothership. Go! Mothership, help! Come on, mothership! There you go. Mothership coming to assist with this one, cloaking the units on the ground, and he's going to come on over. Now, Matrix like, wait, what? How is there a mothership already? The Marines are trying to do this thing, but they're getting murdered by the cloaked units here. Tanks getting killed by invisible zealots. Adepts doing their thing as well, and suddenly Matrix's army is gone. That's new. Says Matrix still didn't scan. Did not scan once during that engagement, moving out with the mothership. Also, carriers are here. That's our first one. Carriers take forever to build. First one here. It is 43 seconds. I don't know. Trying something new, says Mini Titan, and that is what this is all about. This is why I like Cheese Compilation, because you guys try things that are new. Try something new, is what he has to say. All right, so Zealots, Adepts, all invisible at 61 to 48 Harvesters. A lot of Marines from Matrix. This is what you need in this situation. A lot of Marines. Carriers here with 8 Interceptors. We've got Zealots on the ground. We've got Adepts on the ground. No upgrades for anybody, but I don't know how much that actually matters. A Time Warp thrown down on these Marines to slow them down. And that does slow down their attack speed as well, doesn't it? No, I think it just slows down their movement speed, which would, I guess, makes a little more sense for the spell. The natural base is going to die. There's some Hellions here, but they can't see. There's the scan. Oh, thank goodness, a scan. All right, so smartly, Mini Titan moving out of the scan. moving out of the scan, trying to kill these interceptors, doing pretty well for themselves. Marines are good at killing interceptors. Another scan. This is why saving up energy can be good, as it turns out. Void Ray joining the party. Void Ray going to get taken out of the sky. No, pulled back in time, and suddenly it's 57-30. Total Harvesters. Mini Titan moving up, and that's it. Psy-Matrix is out. Psy-Matrix is defeated, and Mini Titan is victorious. Look at that. 480 resources lost for Mini Titan compared to 2,400. 500 rather. Impressive. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Thumbs up. Thumbs up for that cheese, and we will be back with more cheese in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans. Cheese compilation number 12. Really got to look that up. Here we are with number 3 of this compilation. It is a game between Balls McGee and Young on Sequencer, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Balls McGee, represented by Hipster Rainer from high school. Yes, that's a portrait you can earn in StarCraft 2. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Young. All right, so a TVT cheese for you guys. Again, selected by my screeners. Thanks again to them. This one got some love. This one got some love. So not to set any high expectations for you all, but this has some high expectations for you all. Sequencer, big map, lot of ramps, a lot of ups and downs and debris you can knock down, and sneaky bases you can take in the corners, and it's really pretty much a straight shot across the map to get to your opponent, with some narrow chokes though, so you can kind of set up ambushes here unless this debris gets knocked down, in which case you can't anymore. The chokes don't exist. So what do we get? Who's going to be our cheeser today? We got Young, we got Balls McGee. Anybody getting gas at this stage in the game? Yes, gas is in the way from Young, so likely going to be a Reaper opening or a Cyclone opening. Very popular in the TVTs these days. Trying to sneak on up is this SCV. I see Young and I just see Yang. It just reminds me of Jin Yang from Silicon Valley, which is an HBO show that I just love. I think we're in the 4th season now. 4th season is ongoing right at this very second, and there's a character named Jin Yang. He is Chinese, and he's awesome. He's a great dude. Great dude. And one of the catchphrases of the show from one of the characters is Jin Yang! And it makes me happy every time it is uttered. So stealing this gas here is Balls McGee. No second gas for you, Young. You're going to go ahead and stop your shenanigans. Reaper on the way from Young. Command Center coming up as well. And double barracks. Double proxy barracks from Balls McGee. Not quite directly south of that main base of Young, but another base down is what it is. And is it just Marines? It's just going to be Marines. I don't see what else we're going to do with these barracks necessarily. One is moving up a little bit closer to Young's base. And another barracks coming up as well. Okay, so he does want them closer. He just didn't want to build them closer. Interestingly enough, the problem is there's this Reaper moving across the map for Young, and Balls McGee has 2 Marines to defend against it. Depending on the micro, that might be enough. I mean, that very well just absolutely could be enough, but yeah, you know what? It is. Young, good positioning here by Balls McGee. Really trying to get up here. Get inside the same base and at least get a scout off. KD8 charge thrown down. Blee! Blowing those Marines back. SCV's got a couple shots off as well. So that's super fun. But look at this. Balls McGee actually snuck his barracks inside Young's main base. Here's where they are. He's making his Marines directly inside his opponent's base. This is awesome. This is great. Young's got 2 Marines going after this refinery to knock it down. He wants that second gas eventually. And he is teching up to a factory, which means his Marine count will not be super high. Oh, can he really not see this thing? He really can't see these barracks. He might be able to see this third one that's flying up right now. It is close to the edge of this vision that Young has. I think the tech lab is providing it. Okay, that 4th one I think definitely will be...
Command center upgrade complete.
Complete. How about this? No! Still hidden! Beautiful! Beautiful placement here out of Balls McGee. Okay, this 4th one, though, has got to be seen, doesn't it? Marines, are they going to reveal themselves? Oh, 2 Marines are stuck back here. Surprise! Marines inside your main base! Ta-da! Going after SCVs. 3 Marines versus 2 Marines. Generally okay. Dude, you guys are in so much trouble right now. Why are you stuck back here? Bad rally. Okay, they can assist, though. If Young's Marines get close enough, they can assist. This one gets scouted. This 4th one can be seen by that barracks. But the element of surprise was blown anyway. Marines waltzing right into Young's base. Going after SCVs at 20 to 20 Harvesters now. There are enough Marines to get rid of the other Marines from Young. There's a Reaper is here to assist as well. SCVs forced to be meat shields. Okay, so finally moving that one barracks so nobody gets trapped anymore. And this is actually going extremely, extremely well for Balls McGee. He just keeps killing SCVs, but no, trading the SCVs for Marines is a pretty good deal out of Young here. And Young's coming in with his Marines that are pretty injured. Oh, more reinforcements coming in from Balls McGee. He had one for a second. One for a second. More Marines. Where are these guys coming from? I guess there's another barracks down here in the low ground. Killing all these SCVs. Oh, a Cyclone's out for Young, though. That's a big deal. Cyclones, incredible DPS. Incredible DPS in most situations. I can't even think what are they bad against on the ground. Maybe Zerglings, I guess. Marines. There are enough Marines to kill it, though. They hit hard, but they are pretty flimsy. 180 hit points doesn't seem like it's flimsy, but it is. Trust me. 5 SCVs left for Young. He in trouble, man. He in trouble. Trying to repair the Cyclone. No, didn't repair it enough. Oh, no. I thought he had enough SCVs to do that. More Marines here. Something it's 38 to 15 total supply. Marine trying 2 Marines from Young coming out, and that's it. A good game out of Young. Young is defeated, and Balls McGee is victorious with the proxy barracks inside his opponent's base. Yes. Yeah, some barracks on the low ground here as well. That's pretty exciting stuff. Expansion for Young pretty well shut down. I mean, not really shut down, but these Marines had free reign of the main, and that just was going to be the end of it for our Blue Terran player, so he tapped out. Tapped right the heck on out. Again, doubling the units lost here. 1,000 units or resources lost for Balls McGee and 2,300 lost for Young. Okay, we'll be back with game number 4 in the Cheese compilation in just a second. Welcome back to Cheese compilation, everybody. This is Falcon Paladin, still here with a game between Baniac and a Lox on Sequencer, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is a Lox with a scary spinning logo. Who is that? With green eyes and like his face is coming off with green leaking around the edges of his facial part of his head. Nice mustache, though. Very nice manly mustache. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Baniac, representing 4 Zergs. Aw, 4 Zergs. All right, so Baniac going against a Lox here. And actually, wow, this probe is proactive and throwing down a pylon on this low ground. Wants to expand quickly, I have to assume. Getting some shots off on the unbuildable plates as well. And walling off this natural base location, but at the same time, not really leaving his ramp blocked at all. So I don't know what a Lox is trying to do here exactly. Trying to get some new meta going, I suppose. Drone does scout this and says, this is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this before. I've never seen this before on the proxy hatch. Throws down the proxy hatch. I was going to say there's nothing else going on inside this production tab for Baniac. So there it is. Proxy hatch here. Does a Lox suspect this? Maybe suspects it. Getting a pylon on the high ground here. Really letting this gateway finish, though, which is a bit of a problem. The proxy hatch can really hurt you guys. It can hurt immensely in these Cheese compilations. 1 gas up for a Lox. It is working on a cyber core as soon as this gateway finishes. And look at this timing. Good timing, a Lox. Nicely done. 150 minerals. Gateway finishes. Boop. Second gas going to be taken next. Just kidding. Gateway into second gas. A Lox, you doing that standard build? Not really, actually, because there's not an expansion here at all. Never mind. A Lox is doing their own thing. This is not the standard play. Spawning pool coming up back home. Extractor on the way back home for Baniac as well. Baniac is, again, just hoping that this hatchery can get up before it gets spotted, and it is. It is. A Zealot on the way from a Lox as well. I can't keep my eyes off this thing. It's so, that little bug that swims around in there. We discuss what that is. Like, the hatch comes up, and is it alive at that point? I guess it's probably alive at that point. I mean, it's pulsing and it's moving. Oh, Zealot found it. Lox's Zealot found this thing. He wants to knock it down. Get it. Get the hatchery. More Zealots in production. We're getting Warp Gate. Another Zealot on the way. Not worrying about Adepts. That is the correct move here. Adepts are pretty bad against buildings, and Zealots are great against things that can't run away, as this hatch cannot. Lings popping up for Baniac, and some drones coming up as well. Are the drones going to try to throw down static defense? Yes. Trying to get some spine crawlers down. Oh, Zealot sees that. Zealot doesn't like that. Lings trying to distract the Zealot, and they do with their lives. Getting hacked away. 3 swings. Oh, Queen comes out. This is a good distraction as well. 2 Zealots, 3 Zealots, though. This is some pretty good stuff. Out of a Lox, the micro, you really have to kill these spines, dude. If you don't kill the spines, you're in trouble. Oh, Queen, don't get yourself trapped in a corner. Trapped in a corner! All right, maybe one of these spines will finish. They're going after the one that has the fewest number of hit points, and they will take it down. That's pretty good. Lings, again, distracting the Zealots from their true calling. Spine Crawler's up, though. Spine Crawler's up, and the second Spine Crawler's up as well, but the Zealots get that one. They get that one. Ling's actually doing pretty well against these Zealots. They do pretty good DPS if they're not getting hit at by themselves, and Spine Crawler Gets rid of all of them. So Hatchery alive. Hatchery still here. Another queen coming in for Baniac. He's really going all in with this proxy hatch thing. More zealots in production, getting a forge, possibly for cannons. Here from Alox. You know what would be pretty good, I feel like, is a Stargate. You got a Stargate going and like a Void Ray or two. Oh, he's just walling off. I don't know if defense is what you want here. I guess the Lings are coming up anyway. Lings are coming up. Spinecrawler going to burrow in range of this pylon. Oh, shoot. If this pylon goes down, we lose the forge, the cybernetics core, this gateway, and 2 cannons. Oh, does he recognize this? Does he recognize this? Somebody up the ramp so the Spinecrawler can hit this pylon. You got to do it. You got to do it. I guess getting rid of this gateway is totally fine. I mean, I'm okay with losing or murdering opponent gateways. That's good news. How come you can see? Oh, an Overlord came out. Overlord providing high ground. Spinecrawler, get it. Get the pylon. Yes. Getting the pylon. Does Alox recognize what's happening here? If he loses this pylon, he's in a lot of trouble. Yes. Throwing up a replacement pylon. Not letting that single pylon loss ruin his day, but I don't think it's going to be done by the time this first pylon is toast. The Lings, if they got in there, they could cause some problems. There's a big hole right here. Go, 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 go. Lings, go. What are you waiting for? This pylon's going to come up and repower those cannons any second. And there's the photon overcharge. Preemptive photon overcharge. Pretty darn bad news. I would say the Spinecrawler going to go down, though. Yes, the Zealots work together along with the Stalker and this Mothership Core to take it out. So well done indeed. This Queen needs to take down the Mothership Core. Needs to focus on it on some level. The cannon's pretty good here. But there are roaches and there are Lings here from Baniac. Get up the ramp. I know you're afraid of photon overcharge. I get it, but there's not enough energy here. Oh, Ravager's on the way from Baniac. All right. All right, so we can delay a little bit if you're going to upgrade to Ravager. That seems totally fine. Gateway, pylon coming up as well. More cannons on the way from Alox. Maybe he thinks if he can sit on one base long enough, he can starve out the Zerg player, but I don't think that's possible. I mean, getting stuck inside your bases is never a good thing. Baniac, where is your attention? Oh, throwing down a Spore Crawler and another Spinecrawler. Good. I like this. He's preparing for a Mothership Core to come bother him. Preparing for a Stargate to bother him, but there's really nothing on the way. Just a lot of Warp Gates. A lot of gateways. I should have said gateways. This should be upgraded. There we go. Upgrading to a Warp Gate. As I mentioned it, Overlord comes in to see what's up, and that is, I mean, these Lings can just go right around the outside and right into this mineral line. There's really not much that can happen here. Trying to take down this pylon, which will depower this warp gate. So, photon overcharge chasing the Overlord away and does kill it. Oh, no, it doesn't. What? Just out of range. Just out of range. One more shot, I think, would have done it. 30 damage per shot, and there's 20 health on the Overlord. It does get poked out of the sky a little bit tragically. It is going to be a Stargate from Alox. I really feel that Baniac might be losing his potential here. Just go. Just go. There we go. Ling's just going up the ramp now, not worrying about the cannons. The Ravagers dealing with the cannons here, getting some corrosive biles on them. Oh, the Lings are all dead, though. The Lings are all dead. Baniac forced to go back down this ramp. Oh, no. Good hold there by Alox. It's because his Stalkers have that really cool skin. That really cool skin that Puck has. So awesome. Void Ray. It is a Void Ray. The Stalker's coming down the ramp. The Stalkers are like, what up, Ravagers? We can take you down. We outnumber you. And we have Zealot support. Maniac's in a lot of trouble. Some Roaches do pop out, which is pretty good. Roaches are pretty good against Stalkers and whatnot, but still, they don't really want to engage up the ramp, and Alox decided to retreat back up the ramp, so we have a bit of a stalemate there. Once again, Void Rays, are they going to be good in this situation? There are 2 Queens and a Spore Crawler. I don't know if one Void Ray is going to make the difference here. I really couldn't say this is going to make the difference here or not. Stalker's coming down the ramp with Mothership Core. They got to get that Spinecrawler. We're going to try to get the Spinecrawler. There's a Forge, but it's not doing anything is the problem. Mothership Core getting direct shot at here by that. Oh, the Spore Crawler got it. Void Ray burning stuff down, going after the Queens. 2 Queens versus Void Ray and Spore Crawler. Void Ray's going to die. Oh, shoot. Now there's Roaches and Ravagers on the ground. There are just Stalkers remaining for Alox, which is not great against Roach Ravager. And some Queen support as well. Coming down the ramp anyway, though, is Alox. Nice concave at the bottom of the ramp from Baniac. If he goes up the ramp, the cannons cause problems, though. So, again, we're just doing the dance. We're doing the dance. It's 29 to 21 Harvesters. Not really droning up back home as Baniac, but he does have a natural base back at his near his main. So that's good news. He's just spending all his money on Roaches here. Again, Void Ray back. Another Void Ray. 2 Queens versus Void Ray. 1 Queen trying to get killed. Transfuse is going down very nicely. And Void Ray forced to retreat. forced to retreat once again. Void Ray versus Spore Crawler, and Spore Crawler wins. This Spore Crawler has some nice kills. Really responsible for some super impressive deaths of flying stuff from a Lox in this game. Good choice throwing that thing down. Spreading creep in random places, spreading creep up the ramp. He could actually spread creep over here and start it moving across. That would make a Lox pretty upset. But his overlords, are all his overlords over here dead? He made some over here, but I think they're all gone. Zealot comes down the ramp. Stalker's coming down the ramp. The problem for a Lox here is he's going to be mined out of his main base eventually. Oh, and that's it. A good game. You recognize that. Good game out of a Lox. Yep, pretty much mined out of his main. He had maybe 2,000 minerals left, which just seems like a lot. But if you're trapped inside your main and that's running out, it's bad news. So he tapped out. A Zerg player wins. The aggressor wins again. Zerg player lost quite a bit in this game. It was, 3,000 resources lost compared to 46, though, out of a Lox. That's 15 Stalkers, 2 Void Rays, Mothership Core, Gateway, 2 Pylons, 7 Zealots died. Rough go for a Lox, but that's just fine. We'll be back with another game in our Cheese compilation in just a second. Welcome back to the Cheese compilation, everybody. This is going to be a game between Getsu and Balls McGee on Ascension to Ire, the Ladder Edition. This might be the first game I've cast that will post to this channel on Ascension to Ire. I cast a game yesterday, but it won't post until next week. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Getsu from BSSG. Battlestar Galactica? It's close, but no, there's 2 S's. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Balls McGee from Fire. Again, we've seen this dude. We've seen this dude on this very cheese compilation before. We'll see what sneakiness he has in store. I assume he's the cheeser. He could have gotten cheesed. I mean, that's entirely possible here, but no, he's sending SCVs up. 2 SCVs up to the top right corner of the map, and then they're going to try to come to the top left corner of the map where Getsu is and try to murder his things. Again, I assume with proxy barracks, although there's 1 barracks coming up back home just for wall purposes. No gas being taken. That's kind of a key tell here, is that you're not going Reaper. You're not really going tech. You're trying to win this thing with Marines only, which is why this is cheese. If this doesn't work, Balls McGee loses, and if it does work, then he wins. That's one of my definitions for what cheese is. I mean, if you can do something and it fails and still come back fairly easily and win anyway, then meh. I say Balls McGee throwing down the barracks. There it is, just outside this main base of Getsu. So just like in the previous game with Balls McGee, I don't remember what number it was. 3, perhaps. He put his barracks a little bit further away from the main base than this, but it's a pretty safe location. There's really no reason Getsu should scout this at all. His natural's over on the just south of his main base. Probe trying to see if there's expansion coming up here, and there's not. So Probe decides to wait for the presence of an expansion, and there's not an expansion, which tells you you gotta do something, Balls McGee. I don't know what it is, but you gotta be prepared for this thing. Is he gonna lift him inside the main again? There's a lot of dark area in here. I think he can pull it off with this proxy barracks inside his opponent's base. Once again, Pylon getting thrown down by Getsu. Oh, it got scouted by a Marine, so the Probe in his last seconds decided to throw down a Pylon and at least distract this Marine for a while. Yep, doing it. Throwing up the Marines, well, the barracks that will create the Marines. There they are, creating Marines. Well, one of them is making a Marine. Second one could be making a Marine, but I don't understand why it's not. Perhaps the attention is elsewhere for Mr. McGee. He's actually getting gas this time, though. He is getting a refinery, so this isn't all straight-up Marines. I guess he could maybe get some Reapers in here, maybe some Marauders, but the placement of these barracks, there's really no room for a tech lab, as it turns out, so hiding deep within the corner. Photon Overcharge, pretty good here. Adept's also pretty good here. Adept number 1 is out for Getsu. It's basically what every Protoss will do against the Terran, just in case the Reaper shows up, and it also pretty good against Reaper rushes, as it turns out. So, Adept leaving, though. Adept coming down to try to harass some stuff. There's really not much to harass. As it turns out, there's no expansion at all. There is, again, 1 refinery with 1 SCV on that refinery. It's going to be 4 racks inside Getsu's main base. Another barracks coming up on the low ground. He really wants to do this thing. Could use some help here. Oh, it's Adept versus Marines. Marines are trying to come across to assist their buddies. And, Adept jukes them, heads back towards their base. Marine on the high ground. Can it get hit? Oh, does the Marine have further range? 5 range on the Marine and 4 range on the Adept. Yep, you can hide behind a wall like this and actually hit an Adept without it hitting you. Amazing. But surprise! Surprise! A bunch of Marines showing up inside your mineral line. Oh, no. There's an Adept and a Mothership Core here. Photon Overcharge. I think we just get... Oh, double Photon Overcharge. Okay, but just sitting back here behind this mineral line, going to kill all your probes. Photon Overcharge is up. Balls McGee does not care. Then he decides he does care. He does care. He's waiting for that energy to go away. These probes are kind of stuck. You might as well go down to the natural mineral line. But guess what? Surprise Marines here too. Surprise Marines in your natural mineral line at the same time. More Marines coming out here. Mothership Core does not have enough for a Photon Overcharge. Taking her down seems to be the priority, and she's out. Mothership Core is gone, and you don't want an Immortal here. Getsu, no Immortals. Warping Adepts. Try to warp in Adepts. Adepts trying to do this thing. Probe trying to fight as well, but look how fast the Adepts get killed when they're outnumbered as much as they are. Immortal does pop. Pretty good timing there. But another huge wave of Marines comes out from those barracks. 4 at a time is a lot. Immortal trying to retreat has 2 kills. But not feeling particularly immortal, as it turns out. Adept coming down to clear out the mineral line of these Marine infestors. Not infestors, they're just infesting the mineral line. Is what it is. Immortal, again, against Marines, it's just a bad day. It's just a really bad day. Another Photon Overcharge. Oh, Mothership Core comes in. Replacement Mothership Core is here, and Immortal survives. Pylon has 5 kills already. Immortal tries to get in and get rid of these Marines. Has some pretty good range on him. 6 compared to the 5, but it's hard to kite perfectly in this situation. It is 24 to 13 Harvesters, and that's it. Getsu's out. Getsu is defeated, and Balls McGee is victorious. The Proxy Marines strike again, this time against Protoss, and get the win here at the Diamond level. Good one. Good one. If you want to see these resources lost, then hit the pause button, because we'll be back with more cheese in just a second. Welcome back to Cheese Compilation number 11, everybody. Yes, I looked to see what number it is, and it's 11. This will be a game between Virus and No Free Will on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is a Virus. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is No Free Will. All right, here we go. PvZ for you guys. In the Cheese Compilation, have we had every matchup so far except for PvP? Do we have any PvPs? I'll look. If there's a PvP, I will go ahead and cast it next. How about that? How's about that one? Pool and Extractor pretty early here from No Free Will. Probe coming down to scout this out. We'll see what's going on. Virus might want to consider this Gateway Expand approach, but even against early lings, even on this map where it's a weird area you have to wall off, I think you're going to be okay. Assimilator on the way from Virus. Probe comes in and says, oh, Extractor Trick remains are here. All right, that's interesting. There's an Extractor. That's very interesting as well. And a spawning pool. Oh, snap. That thing's almost done. Almost done. Got a wall off. Maybe you bypass the Nexus right now. Just go immediately. Yep. For second gate. Oh, I thought about second gateway. All right, going for second gateway, trying to place it in a spot where lings can't get through. He's bypassing it entirely. He doesn't want Cybercore. He doesn't want his expansion. He's just trying to make enough lings, or zealots rather, to survive the ling attack that's coming up soon. What else is going on in Falcon Paladin's life? Oh, I took the family to see Boss Baby the other day. Oh, Proxy Hatch coming up from No Free Will. Not exactly in a mineral line or at a base, but we're next to where the third base is for Virus. But there's a hatch there. Did I get the mute in time? I sneezed. Not sure if I caught the mute button in time. Anyway, Boss Baby I think was better than I expected it to be. Usually kids' movies kind of telegraph the jokes and they just kind of hit you over the face with the stuff that's supposed to be funny. This one has a bit of subtlety to it, where it's funny, but it doesn't feel the need to draw attention to itself that it's funny, which I just appreciate. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are several butt jokes and a puking joke and some farting jokes in this movie because it is for kids. But it was better than I expected it to be. I really expected this kind of generic kids movie, and it's a little better than that. I think worth the time to take your kids. Better than a lot of other kids movies that I've seen. 100%. All right, Lair on the way from No Free Will. He is rushing to Lair with a Proxy Hatch. What could be maybe like a Hydra push? That seems actually pretty good, especially if your opponent is only going Zealots. Mass Hydra would be amazing. Oh, Adepts are out, though. Okay, so Adepts are pretty good against Hydras. Way to prepare for Hydra Rush Virus, which I don't know why you would prepare for that, but you did anyway, probably by accident. Can you see this creep coming up towards your natural? Nope. Can't see the creep. I don't think it'll extend far enough to be seen. Maybe that probe can see it. Oh, the probe can just I don't know if you'd even recognize that as creep, honestly. Oh, now that one. That section of creep. Definitely recognizable. Oh, and this creep's pushing up as well. Okay, so Virus sees this. But the question is, does he see it, right? Minimap shows just the tiniest hints of purple over here. That's pretty obvious, though. Like, if you check your front door at all, you're going to see creep. How do you deal with it? Lurker Den. There was a Hydra Den upgrading itself, morphing itself into a Lurker Den. Okay. It's a Lurker Rush out of no free will. Alrighty, then. I am all sorts of on top of this one. 100%. Pylon on the way. Got ourselves a Twilight Council as well. That's the response from Virus. I don't know if that's the correct response, but it seems to be a response. Oh, in other news, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. One of my subscribers and screeners actually approached me about possibly getting into the podcast business, and I've thought about doing it. I do like talking to myself, and talking to guests is pretty fun. As well as these Hydras and Queens are pushing. Virus coming out with his Zealots and Adepts and a Sentry, though. Trying to take down this Queen, first of all. I'm not sure that's a good idea. The Queen is just kind of tanking while everything else dies. The Hydras, man. The Hydras are the deal. Photon Overcharge does come up, does absolutely kill 0 things. Anyway, thinking about doing a podcast. Talk about StarCraft, talk about movies and books and video games and sports and all sorts of stuff. Politics, current events, things that I'm interested in, which is a lot of different things. And maybe have some of you guys on as guests as well. So keep your eye open to my Twitter feed and my Facebook feed for more information on that. That's twitter.com/falconpaladin and facebook.com/falconpaladin. Adepts trying to come in and take down this hatch. There are Hydras there, and the Photon Overcharge covers their retreat, though. Also, while we're at it, quick little plug for Patreon. If you're not a patron yet, I strongly encourage you to join up at patreon.com/falconpaladin. You can basically pledge as little as $1 a month, which would be just so useful. I'm serious, you guys. Everybody who's pledged $1 a month to me is just, I'm over the moon with how much love that shows me. Lurkers are here for no free will, though, and this is trouble for Virus. He just lost his forward pylon. The Lurkers are just slowly creeping up. Is Virus going for the base race? Yeah, Virus is like, you know what? We're just going to leave this base to die. How's that sound? Hydras were using their melee animations on that pylon for a second. That's pretty good news. Pretty darn good news for them. And this natural base going to die. Hydras just having their way with these probes. Sorry, probes. You're going to die. No upgrades on these Hydras, but they're still doing 12 damage with a weapon speed of 0.54. Insane damage. Lurkers coming up. Oh, a Dark Shrine. DT's trying to defend here. All right. Interesting. They'll probably do pretty well against these Hydralisks. Did you bring any Overseers? No. Did not. Oh, the DTs are coming down to try to get rid of this Spore Crawler first of all. Smart. Get rid of the detection first. Meanwhile, Protoss armies here doing pretty well. Oh, Spine Crawler takes down the Sentry, though. Spine Crawlers and the Spore Crawler going after this Mothership Core. No, bad place. Bad place, Spore Crawler. Ooh, Protoss counteroffensive. Does get removed with the static defense and the drones fighting for their own lives. And that's going to be it. I mean, yeah, these Dark Templar are going to take down the hatchery, but these Lurkers show up. 2 Lurkers burrowed on this ramp in case the probes try to run. Hydra's coming in here as well. That's going to be it from Virus. The Virus is not coming back from this. He did take another base along this right side, which is pretty sneaky, but it's 49-5 total supply right now. 18-1 workers. Virus's base is toast. Again, I recognize he has a base over here, but I don't know how he comes back from this. The Lurker rush from no free will. Pretty impressive. Pretty darn impressive indeed. Creep spreading up inside Virus's main base. Bleh, not good. Lurker, 8 kills, 6 kills, 12 kills, 2 kills, 2 kills. You're a slacker. I guess you did get left on ramp duty, which is not cool. It is not cool to be stuck on ramp duty. I'm just going to say that for sure. Warp Gate, gonna die. Another Warp Gate, gonna die. DTs from Virus, gonna try to sneak in here and murder stuff for no free will, but there's Lurkers here, and a Spore Crawler and 2 Spines. The detection range on this Spore Crawler is pretty big, as it turns out, and if they go, they're going after the Spore. Can they get it before they die? The answer is no. Hydra defending there as well, and an Overseer coming up just in case. So it was a good effort by Virus, but his main base is toast. His expansion base is up, and no free will needs to start looking. I'm going to speed this up until he starts looking. Okay, so he's spreading creep. He's hanging out. He's checking, is there a third base? No, your opponent has not been revealed, which means you have a base to kill. Yep, final pylon. You didn't win. There's no win condition here because your opponent still has stuff somewhere. Go find him. go find him. Thinking about finding him. Thinking about moving out. Oh, there we go. There we go. Lings do find this base. Trying to take down these stalkers and adepts. They do pretty well for themselves, but they all pretty much get murdered as well. So speedlings coming from the bottom side, and lurkers coming from the top side, and Virus is in a lot of trouble. Virus doesn't have enough to make another Nexus either, so I think this might be the end of it. Oh, there is an observer, but that's it. Virus is defeated. No Free Will is victorious. And the Virus has left the game. Nicely done, No Free Will. With the Lurker Rush. That's a new one. The Lurker Rush today. Haven't seen that on the channel yet, so that was good. That was some good stuff there. I like the pool first. Kind of try to make Virus think that there's early Lings coming and take advantage of that. Keep him bottled inside his main base. And then throw up this Lurker push and kind of get in there. I don't know if it was the right move to try to base trade there from Virus, but it really didn't have detection, so that's a rough go. All right, so that's it for that game. We'll be back with yet another edition, well, another entry in the Cheese Compilation Edition in just a second. Cheese Compilation number 11 will continue with a game between NJC and Choinga on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. Hey, more fishy map. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is NJC with a spinning Zerg logo. Carbot animation Zergling. In particular, yup, says Choinga, and Pui, says NJC. Good luck, have fun. Yup, Pui. That's how that conversation went. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Choinga. I almost said Zerg because I said Zerg like 3 times when talking about NJC. But this is a PvP. Red versus blue here on Abyssal Reef. Who's going to be our cheeser today is the question of the day. Choinga's coming up with a very sneaky probe. Very sneaky probe. This fish is like, what up? Hey, you going to try to cheese? That's cool. I won't tell anybody, bro. And then trying to... Okay, so sneaking right in the front door is not particularly cheesy. Oh, trying to get down. Oh, didn't get spotted. Didn't get spotted. Probe, meanwhile, for NJC, just kind of walks right in the front door and gets stabbed in the face by another probe. Is it... Oh, Choinga. Are Choinga going to cannon rush here? It is a forge first. It is a forge first here out of Choinga. Does get scouted by NJC. That's why you scout. I don't recommend losing the probe that scouted that, but I don't know what else to say. Probes coming off the line, not SCVs. Probes coming off the line to stop this pylon. You also want to kill the probe, which is why I like that there are true probes chasing down the offending probe here. And a gateway coming up for NJC. No, you can't leave that dude alone. No, says NJC. What is happening? There are 2 pylons inside his main base, both by Choinga. The first pylon dies, which is pretty much half the battle. If you kill the first pylon, you're going to do okay with yourself. That probe's going to die. Choinga, no, get your probe out of there. Dead. All right, this pylon going to die as well. This is a pretty efficient shutdown. Another probe dead. So 2 probes killed from Choinga, 1 probe killed from NJC, again way down here. And expanding behind this is Choinga, but man, he's behind. Man, he's behind. He's lost what? Resources lost at... Hey, Shark, what up? Why do you always come in this part of the map? 300 to 50. 300 resources lost. It's 20 to 13 harvesters. NJC has an incredibly large lead. Cybernetics core for NJC about to finish here. Choinga just getting his first gateway. This could turn around pretty uglily. Uglily, I'm not sure if that's a word. Another Stargate coming in for NJC. What? The Stargate follow-up to being cannon rushed. Good response out of NJC, though. I'm not going to complain about that response at all. Is he supply blocked? He was temporarily, but a pylon was on the way, so we will forgive him. We will forgive him of that for sure. More pylons, another assimilator up. You need a lot of gas if you're going to do some Stargate stuff. A Void Ray Rush might actually take down Choinga pretty well if he's not ready for it. I mean, if he gets cannons up, fine, cannons are pretty good against Void Rays, but if there are no cannons, which would be sort of ironic considering he was cannon rushing to not make any cannons back home, he's just basically betting on the fact that NJC is not going to come kill him. He's making absolutely 0 attacking units behind this. He's got 16 probes. He's trying to probe up, he's trying to expand, and he's trying to tech up all at the same time, which means I don't think he's ready. It's an Oracle. Oh, no. Oh no, Choinga really needs a mothership core with photon overcharge ability sooner rather than later, and Oracle's going to come murder all your stuff, yo. You got to be ready for this is the question of the day, and the Cybernetics core is done. More probes from Choinga. Zealot moving across the map for NJC. Might as well get involved in the battle here. Chrono boosting out the Oracle. 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and it pops. And here comes the Oracle. Oracles are fast, man. 5.6 move speed is one of the fastest move speeds for air units in the game. 2 cannons at the front for Choinga. Okay, all right. So he did make some cannons. That's very smart, but there's nothing defending your natural base, dude. Or your main base. I mean, there's the front door is fairly well guarded, but Zealot going to come up this ramp and get murdered. Probably distract Choinga from what's going to happen next. Man, that Zealot died fast, but here comes the Oracle. The Oracle sneaking on in completely undetected. There we go. Pulsar beam. Goodbye, probes. Good night, probes. All these probes you were making for Choinga, they're gone now. That's it. Choinga displeased at this result. Gonna lose, oh my gosh, losing all of his probes at his main. It's 11-27, and that's it. Choinga's gone. Oh, Choinga did not account for the Oracle rush out of NJC. Good shutdown of the cannon rush, moving into an Oracle. Brilliant play all around from our Protoss player. Good PvP. Good PvP for sure. All right, got one, maybe two more. Maybe two more cheeses. We will see how things go, and we'll be back with that in just a second. Welcome back to Cheese Compilation number 11. This will be a game between Nestos and Final Fury. On Sequencer, the Ladder Edition, this Master Level Cheese entry will be a Protoss versus Zerg, and in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player Nestos from HSDL. That is actually a pretty rad spinning logo. Kind of like makes the teenager in me very happy. It's got the skull like white on one side, black on the other side. The eyes are swapped as well, with the shield crest going. That's rad. And in the top right side of the map, I think that's Nathanius' face. We have the Blue Zerg player Final Fury from Sir W. Is that Nathanius? I think that's Nathanius. StarCraft 2 caster and player, much better player than I am, much better caster as well. Streams a lot on Twitch if that's your thing. Who's going to be our cheeser? Probe moving up for Nestos might actually block this hatch, but I'm not sure that's cheese. Regardless, we gets the block off. Gets the block off. Drone very upset about this. Final Fury's like, you jerkwad, I will kill you. Doing some pretty good job getting some hits off, but the pylon goes down. The probe decides to head on up and throws down the spawning pool and maybe going for a third hatch over here? No? Is he waiting? He's waiting for the pylon to get canceled and then coming back in, but the probe's still here. Nestos! Nestos, you're so annoying. So annoying. Oh, it gets the hatch down. Oh, a little bit out of position there, Nestos. Tiny bit out of position, and that's what happens. The hatch does go down. So pull first out of Final Fury is not the end of the world. Just the sheer boredom, the sheer ennui in his eyes just kills me. He's like, yes, what shall I do today? Oh my gosh. Why would you do this to me? It's hard to focus. All right, extractor's done, pool's done at the same time for Final Fury, which means you can't start speed when the pool finishes, which is super duper annoying. Nestos has the expansion down back home as a cybernetics core as well. Who's our cheeser? Who's going to be our cheeser in this game? I don't see a quick lair. I don't see a quick Stargate or anything. I don't see any quick tech at all, really, although the cybercore just finished for Nestos. Nestos just makes me think Nintendo Entertainment System is what it does. Isn't there? There's a hero for a game called Ness, and he's actually in Super Smash Bros. As well. He's a pretty bad character selection. I've never known anybody who's like a huge Ness fan in Super Smash Bros., but I guess there has to be certain characters that nobody likes, right? You can't have everybody be popular. Not everyone can be popular Ness. I'm sorry. So it's like Ness and Snow Climbers, maybe? I'm trying to think of who else really is terrible in Super Smash Bros. In all iterations, right? There's no version of Smash Bros. Where Ness is incredible. Although I did read this really cool article, I think it was on Gizmodo a while ago, a few months ago now, where some dude actually got really good with Ness and kind of found a glitch you could exploit and started winning some like professional matches. So it's always fun to see that. I like people who like to push the limits of the game. Proxy hatch here from Final Fury. It's not exactly close to anything that Nestos has. I mean, it's down in this little lobby area that everybody has to go across in order to get up to the other side of the map. So I don't see how Nestos doesn't scout this eventually. But perhaps he won't. Perhaps he won't. Pylon did kill the Overlord that was scouting this stuff out. See? Pylon could not see the Overlord when it was on this high ground, or over this high ground, but the Mothership Core came in a spot for it, and then it died. So Hatch is going to pop here for Final Fury. We've got a bunch of Lings coming over. Do they have speed? Speed is on the way as well. What is this hatchery going to do? We've seen plenty of proxy hatches in our day. Does this get scouted? It gets scouted! Nestos sees it. Go kill it. Go kill it now. He just doesn't have anything to kill it. He has a Stalker and an Adept. A ton of speedlings here for Final Fury. I think he's waiting maybe for Nestos to come down and try to shoot this thing down. And then the Lings will avenge it and protect it. But Nestos shows no interest. He's going for a Dark Shrine, though. That's a very quick Dark Shrine out of Nestos. It's not really a win behind Dark Shrine thing either, because he's got 35 workers to 20 of Final Furies. Final Fury, man. He's sacrificing a lot of drones to make these Lings and to make these Ravagers that he's got coming in. But this attack, I mean, the hatch does... It does cut down on the time required for the Ravagers to walk across the map, but they're waiting anyway. It's not like they're immediately moving in, as they sort of immediately move in, I suppose. Ravager throwing on Corrosive Biles. Wha-bam! Going after this pylon. Ooh, deep actually, there's 2 pylons here. Never mind. Queen trying to take down the Mothership Core while she tries to kill Ravagers. Be careful, Mothership Core. Be so careful. You don't want to die to a Queen. That's an embarrassing death for sure. Corrosive Bile lands. Doesn't quite kill the pylon. 2 pylons coming up to defend. Oh no, the front door is open! Oh no, the Adept left! The Adept left and the Lings are in! Ravagers going after pylons. Photon overcharge no longer a thing. There's an Immortal here, but guess what's terrible? Against Lings, Immortals. Oh, with the crazy skinny skin as well. Anyway, buff Ravagers versus skinny Immortal, and the Lings take down the Immortal, and that's going to be it for Nestos. I don't see how we come back for this as the Protoss player. Natural base is in a shambles. There are exactly 0 probes remaining as of now. DTs do come in to try to stop the carnage. Spore Crawler coming up somewhere, not really helping, but Lings, oh, trying to get through. Nestos might hold this. You guys, is Nestos going to hold this? It's 19 to 22 Harvesters. Yes, Nestos lost a lot, 20 probes, but again, Final Fury sacrificed a lot of drones to make this thing happen. Lings just basically trying to abuse the immobility of the Dark Templar. Oh, are they in? Oh, no, Nestos! Nestos, he had 3 pylons blocking off his front door and then decided to never mind. I don't need that 3rd pylon at all, and Lings waltzed right on in here. Now we're losing probes. Now we're losing probes. There are 3 DTs trying to save the day. They are killing a lot of these dudes. A lot of Zerglings. Spore Caller coming up at this front base. You don't have a lair. You can't make an Overseer. All right, this is pretty intense, actually. Nestos might be able to hold this thing with the Dark Templar and the Zealots. It's 11 to 21 Harvesters, though, and that's just a rough spot to be in. More Lings pouring down the map. Probes fighting against Lings, never what you want, unless you severely outnumber the Lings, which they didn't in that case. Another probe dead. We're down to 37 dead probes. 7 probes remaining in this game. The Lings just deciding we can outrun the Dark Templar pretty well. We can go ahead and outrun them and try to kill some of these probes that are bouncing back and forth between the main base and the natural base. The natural base of Nestos is going to explode here. The Lings just kind of running around and around and around and around. No, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. The Dark Templar are having a great time with this. 16 kills on that DT, 15 on that DT, and 13 on that DT. That is how many dead Lings? 68 dead Zerglings overall. The expansion Nexus is toast. Unfortunately for Nestos. Are you seriously not getting Overseers here? Dark Templar warping here at the natural base of Final Fury. No, and that's it. Nestos is out. Nestos' final attempt at Dark Templar rushing with a Warp Prism here at Final Fury's expansion is not successful, and the Zerg player wins that one. So great job. Great job indeed by Nestos and Final Fury, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it for our cheese compilation. That was every single one that was submitted as acceptable by my screener. Not acceptable, good to great. Good to great. There's a bunch that they also marked as kind of like maybes for time fillers if necessary, but we're just going to go with great today. About an hour is good for a cheese compilation, so that's going to be it from me. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I really like casting these ones. The creativity you guys show is just wonderful. Proxy Lurker in one game, Proxy Barracks inside your opponent's base. Another game, super good as well. That Mothership Rush was beautiful. That was very fun indeed, and that's why I do this, to see new, exciting things. Cheese executed well in this Masters level game, just kind of tops it off, right? Nestos almost held that. The Dark Shrine was an inspired choice. It just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough, and he left. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another cheese compilation. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.